What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm here to bring you my latest video in my must-have must-gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and her community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. If there's an asterisk behind that link, that means that it's an affiliated link. If you shop through it, that means that you are supporting me and my channel, and I truly appreciate it. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I'm just happy you're here with your girl to talk what? New makeup. I do tend to focus on independently owned brands. Those are just the brands that I vibe with the hardest, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Now, this week, I was kind of bad, but not really bad. Let me show you. I picked up with a Sephora $100 perk card, a Valentino lipstick, and an eye to cheek product. Now, I picked these up because they both were on sale for some reason, and they were both colors that like I would envision enjoying. So this is this shade. Girl, I thought that was the blush. It was just the brush. Okay. Ooh, child. Lord have mercy. This is in the shade 5. It's a beautiful kind of reddish orangey blush. I wish that the inside wasn't red so that you guys could see the true coloring of that, but I'll be using it eventually. And this is actually the lip product that I have on today. This is in the shade Nude Allure. No, what is it in? What's the shade? The shade isn't on the bottom. At least I thought the shade was the nude word. Goodness. It says Rosso Valentino, but I'm pretty sure that's the brand name. I remember saying Rose something. I already threw the packaging away. I'm sorry. I will have it on the screen right now what the name of this lipstick is, and it will also be listed and linked down below, if not in the description box, in a pinned comment, so do not worry about that. But yeah, I did film this entire look. This is featuring a whole bunch of new makeup, and yeah, I'm happy how it came out. It definitely was a little rocky. There were a couple of products that I just wasn't vibing with, but quite a few that I think are really, really nice, and so happy to showcase that. But that's all I got for beginning before I even get to talking new makeup. So I'm gonna scoot over, take a sip, and we gonna start talking. The Lano Lips formulation has come out with a new balm formulation or new shade, and this is the Raspberry Shortcake. This is very, very smart of them to be coming out with more shades, more scents, more flavors, whatever you want to call it, in these types of products right now. As with a lot of people, I am honestly obsessed with balm products in the lip formulations. I am like, gotta catch them all at this point. So I definitely think this is smart. This is not a product I think I'm gonna be picking up. I don't know. I need to see the doe foot. At this point, I feel like I've become a little bit more bougie when it comes to the type of application method that I'm gonna use a balm for. And if this is like the straight up screw, like the Glossier, I'm not picking it up. I just don't like that application method. I would prefer something that has an actual kind of either a wand doe foot or just the doe foot top. That way I can just easily put it straight onto my lips and have no problem at all. So I don't think I'm going to be picking this up, but who knows? Who knows? Next, we're going to be talking about the smaller version of the side-by-side palette that Noet Cosmetics is coming out with. This is currently available in Europe only, so I will try my best to link it down below if I can find the link. I think that this is actually a really, really pretty palette. I never did get around to getting the bigger side-by-side, but that was because when they released it, I was not personally interested in neutral, so it just was not available or kind of new at the perfect time for me. Now I think this palette looks beautiful. I definitely would love to pick it up. It's not something available now. And is this something new and unique? No. And then also in the past, I've not gotten along with Noet's formula all that well. I do tend to prefer their formula in the palettes more than the singles, but still, there's still just something about their brand. I always find that their mattes in general don't work on my skin tone in the depth level. It's only like one matte that is dark enough to really add any depth, or it's literally my crease. And so it just overall the palette is just not worth it to keep for me. And once again, these are more thoughts that are coming into fruition now that I'm really preparing for my declutter series. I will probably be filming that in a week or two to prepare for Swagmas. And if you didn't know, I do have a community poll up right now on my community tab, allowing you guys to really be involved in how many uploads you see coming from me in December. So if you care and you want to support that poll, I would definitely highly recommend you checking out my community tab. I just have a couple of options on like how frequent my uploads would be, and I'm really going to take into consideration the winner of that poll. Right now, I believe it is daily, which means literally every day of the month of December I would be uploading, which is traditionally something I have done. So I wouldn't mind doing it. I just want to see if that's something that you guys are interested in. Okay, moving forward, Natasha Denona has come out with her Xenon palette. This is a palette that I had seen through the grapevine, but she had never really officially showcased it. So I was waiting to see her officially showcase it. And I think that this is beautiful and perfect for the right person. This is just not something that I'm going to be spending my full, like my hard-earned money on. If I spend a coupon, or even like if I get it in a set, okay, maybe during the holidays, sure. But 100% spending full price, absolutely not. I don't get a lot of use out of cool tones in general, let alone shimmery black, stuff like that. I think it would be interesting to have a shimmery black in my collection. If I don't, and I can't think of a particular palette that I have that actually has a shimmery black, but just know this is not something that I personally need. I know a lot of people have picked it up through Natasha Denona's website or through Ulta, because it is available at Ulta now. And I know quite a few influencers have codes with Natasha Denona now. So there's so many ways to get at least 10 to 15% off, especially right now at Ulta. There is a 20% off coupon that ends tonight though. So by the time you guys see this video, it won't be relevant. But regardless, there is a way to get some money off. I'm not going to be picking it up, at least not right now. So more new things coming out, and this a lot of people have been confused by, and honestly, I'm not really confused. I just don't really care. And this is Jared Badino coming out with a collaboration with Madonna for Madonna's latest tour. I genuinely just don't care. There's nothing in here that is really interesting to me. I do listen to Madonna on occasion, but honestly, I don't really listen to a lot of music anymore. I'm really reading, studying, watching a movie, stuff like that. I just don't really even put music on when I'm driving. It's a podcast, even an audiobook before music for me right now. So yeah, this is just really not pulling to me. Not saying I hate Madonna. I'm not an avid fan. And I think for the prices of these products, you have to be an avid fan to really be willing to spend the money. Hermes has come out with their quads. These had already been showcased a while ago. And I want to say that we talked about it a while ago then, but now they're available. And a lot of people, like I said, were up in arms. I wasn't necessarily up in arms. I just didn't particularly wow it, and I was like, okay, maybe. But then I saw the price tag in USD. It is $108 per eyeshadow. $108. I'm in a bougie era, okay? I am. I'm who am I kidding? There is a part of me that enjoys a little bit of luxury here and there, specifically eyeshadow or makeup wise. I don't really use luxury anywhere else in my life, but we're not going to go off on a tangent. This is not a luxury that I'm going to be indulging. I'm sure like a Charlotte Hillcroft, maybe even a Michelle Wong will be reviewing this. I'll watch the videos. I'll marvel at the content, and I'm sure even based on their skin tone, one, I'm going to be able to judge if it'll work on me. And I have a strong suspicion that it's not going to be able to work on me. So there's just no reason. There's none to try these products, in my opinion. Thrive is coming out with some new products for the holidays, and this is their Pout Hero Liquid Balm Lip product in two different flavors, one in peppermint, the other in gingerbread. I really like this. I do. I'm not going to hold you up. I've been meaning to pick up the Jo Malone gingerbread cologne and candle. Absolutely, I cannot wait. I ended up smelling it in store one day when I happened to be walking through Nordstrom. It smelled so good, but I wanted to see longevity, like how it did. And for Jo Malone, I definitely think that this lasted on my skin. So I definitely would love to pick up the bottle. And I've been hemming and hawing on like where I'm gonna pick it up. I love to get some form of deal, some form of sale. At one point, Jo Malone had 10% off on like Rakuten. No, that's not what yeah, they're called Rakuten now. And I should have pulled the trigger. I didn't. So now I think I'm just going to wait until the Sephora sale and just throw that in the cart. I really want them. I would prefer to pick them up, but tangent aside, I would love to try this. Once again, Thrive is not a brand that I've ever tried, and I hate that's the one kind of thing that I hate about indie brands, because the more indie brands you try in any given time, one, it's unpredictable on when you're going to get your package, but also two, you have to buy from each individual brand. So I tend to wait until I have enough products that I'm interested in and that are in stock to get free shipping. So we'll see on this. I think this would be cool to pick up. Maybe I'll join their like subscription or their newsletter to see if they have a holiday sale. That's when I really tend to like really go in on quite a few indie brands that I've maybe never tried before that I know are reputable, because then you could try them for free and not feel any type of way if you don't love the products, because you got them at least for some form of discount. Vive has come out with quite a few things for their holiday releases, and I wanted to talk about them because some YouTubers that I follow are avid Vive fans. So they have a new liquid highlighter, and this one is mainly for like over the cheek or for the cheekbone. I think this is really cool. I am very picky when it comes to liquid highlighters though, so based on what I've seen, I'm not positive it will be something that I enjoy, but I have room to kind of potentially try it out. Then they also came out with a new cheek palette. I really want to try these cheek palettes. I just can't tell if they're going to work for my skin tone. A lot of these cheek palettes and products, you know, it's all about the pigmentation level, not necessarily always about the shade. I'm still on the fence, particularly when it comes to this blush palette, but they also have quite a few sets, and so I'm very intrigued on maybe scooping up a couple of these sets to try more from the brand. I know they have one set that's all about like their base products, where they have like a glowy base, a moisturizer or something, and then like a liquid lip balm. I really want to try that set. They also have some sets with some of their blushes and glow bombs that like are literally the same color. So quite a bit from this brand that I would love to try out. This is a brand I've been kind of watching for some time now. I've just never pulled the trigger, mainly because the locations to like pick their products up aren't locations that I really shop from. It's like Cult Beauty, I think even maybe Beauty Braid, and then of course their own brand website. And so yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I do believe now I am a member of their newsletter. So if they send me a link, I want to say last year I remember hearing that they had somewhere around 20 to 25% off. I may pull the trigger on this brand during the holiday season. Essence has come out with a Christmas collection, and this one is cute. I think this would be cute for like, you know, if I had a niece or something like that, this would be very cute. Is this something that I want to try? Personally, no, it's not. I will say though, I think out of all the things, that highlighter actually looks like it would work on my skin tone, which is very few and far between when it comes to Essence. I feel like a lot of their stuff just does not work on somebody of a darker skin tone, and even then their shade range is always a little spotty. It's always very weird, but this highlighter looks really interesting. Am I going to pick it up though? No, I just genuinely I don't need it, so that's going to be an easy pass. So it feels like Colourpop is right back into the thick of releasing a new collection every week. And I don't remember, honestly, if this palette has a collection outside of it. If it does, I'll make sure to showcase those products. But the main thing that a lot of people have been really excited about is the actual collection or the actual palette. And this kind of seems like a more condensed version of the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. So if you don't have Natasha Denona money, or you just don't want to spend that amount of money, or you just don't want to support Natasha Denona, whatever it is, this is another kind of alternative. You still get that like shimmery black with some cooler tone neutrals to kind of blend it out with other shimmery neutrals in there as well. I think it's cute, just not something for me. I really just don't get any use, once again, out of cool tones mainly, and so because of that, I'm really trying to be as critical as possible on what I am bringing in. So next is something that I already went on a rant about: Jo Malone's Holiday. So I already talked about the ginger biscuit cologne and the candle. I want them both. I know, but I want them both. I have in the past, I've picked up a lot of Jo Malone. I very much scaled that back just because I've realized that in general, the brands, like the amount of fragrance in their perfumes isn't really kicking it for me. But this ginger biscuit is so unique. I really want to pick it up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to definitely pick it up. The candle is kind of on a topsy-turvy. You know, I want the candle, but I don't know. I just also feel uneasy with buying these online, and currently Sephora only has them on as online only, at least the last time I checked. I may pick it up at a Jo Malone store. There is one near me that I could drive to. I'm just so lazy. I'm so lazy. So we'll see how that goes. Everything else, though, they have an advent calendar. They have limited edition versions of their other kind of more holiday scents and stuff like that. Nothing else. Oh, orange bitters is another scent that a lot of people really like. I actually haven't gotten my nose on that, which is another reason why I like want to force myself to go to the Jo Malone store. That way I can smell all the ones I haven't smelled, you know, kind of have a backlog of like what I do want to pick up, what I don't want to pick up, all of that. So maybe I'll force myself to do that. It'll be good for me. Says nobody. But yeah, I'm very excited about the ginger biscuit perfume and candle, if you didn't tell, because I've already ranted about it before, and I just ranted about it again. Some new blushes coming out from Judy Doll. I've never heard of this brand at all, but based on the aesthetic that I'm getting from the models and then also the packaging and all of that, this is feeling very kind of K-beauty-esque, which is fine. If any of the shades were to work for me, it'd probably be the like more mauve to like bright fuchsia shade. Not a shade that I absolutely need right now. And a lot of K-beauty, depending on the type of product, just isn't meant for somebody of my skin tone. And I've come to grips with that. So I think I'm going to skip on that. Something else I'm going to easily skip on are these clips from Dyson. They're currently in Asia right now, and it looks like they could be somewhere around $69. I'm hoping that that's $69 for at least 4 clips and not per clip. Either way though, not something that I personally need. I can usually finesse my hair being in a clip out or not being in a clip just by a good plait. So I don't really need that. I'll just use my hands for free 99. Something that I was hemming and hawing over, and so far I have not picked up, but I could easily be convinced if like one person asked me to review this. This is the Lunar Beauty Siren Sunset collection. I think that this is actually a really pretty palette. Let's talk about the palette first, then we'll get into the liquid lipsticks. But my kind of issue is that I'm scared. So you got that top row, which once again, a lot of those just really, in perspective of how I wear makeup, aren't something that I'm really going to be gravitating towards. Then you got that first column, and I'm really not going to be gravitating for those either, which leaves me with just a few shades in those bottom 2 rows that I'm going to be wearing. And for that, I can't say that I don't have those in my collection. And that's kind of why I've been able to talk myself out of it. I also vaguely remember them having a similar purple in their first book of Magic palette. So this is just not something that I truly need. And then when we get to the liquid lipsticks, I don't really get a lot of use out of liquid lipsticks anymore. If I want something in that type of packaging, it's going to be a lip balm or even a lip gloss. Otherwise, I'm using a bullet lipstick. So for me, this collection just doesn't seem worth it. But, you know, let me know. Elf Cosmetics has come out with new shades in their duochrome liquid eyeshadows. I vaguely remember they already had a whole range of these, and I think they're just extending the range. I think that's smart because clearly a lot of people have gotten used and purchased these. I don't remember seeing anybody really enjoying these if they have tried more independently owned liquid eyeshadows, but I think for those who've never really made that jump, this could be something that they get use out of. Giorgio Armani has showcased that he's coming out with a blush duo set for the holidays. I think this is smart. Apparently, it's 2 full-size blushes in 2 shades, Amore and Euphoric. I don't know if these shades are permanent or if they are new to the collection. They both appear to work on a darker skin model. Shades that I don't really get a lot of use out of, but I think that is definitely useful for somebody who has wanted to try this collection, who has wanted to try that formula and hasn't pulled the trigger. They can at least buy 2 for, I'm sure, a really nice savings. LYS is coming out with quite a few different things kit-wise for the holidays. So they're coming out with a liquid lipstick set where they have 3 matte liquid lipsticks. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time that they've showcased matte liquid lipsticks. I haven't seen them at all, and I did check on their website. So this will be interesting to see what people's opinions on these are. I do believe that one is like a more nudie brown, the other one's like more of a nudie pink, and then the last one's like more of a cranberry type liquid lipstick. Like I said, I don't tend to get a lot of use out of liquid lipsticks, not anymore, but I definitely would love to see people's opinions. I believe I've already talked about it before, but they also had a trio of miniature size of their cream cheeks available as a set. And then there are a couple other sets where there's some brush products, and then like lip sets where it's like a specific lip stick and then a specific lip balm or oil. I do believe the brand said that they were going to be sending me one of the sets with like their lipstick and the lip oil in it. So I would love to, you know, try that out if I do in fact actually receive that set. But otherwise, I definitely think that these are some good sets that they're coming out with. I'm not positive though if I'm going to be purchasing any of them, specifically the liquid lipstick. I think that would be the only set that I would be kind of really gravitating towards. And like I said, I don't really use liquid lipsticks anymore, so I don't know how beneficial that would be. I've already talked about some of the Revlon products that are featured in this post, but they're also coming out with new eye cajoles and new liquid lipsticks in their matte formulation, as well as new brow products. I think this is all smart. They seem to be just extending ranges that they already know people love and enjoy. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Just nothing that I really need. So once again, I am going to pass. Some jumbo sizes are coming out for the Lawless Lip Plumper glosses. Once again, I think this is really smart. This is definitely a product that gets this brand a lot of hype. And I will say I did try the miniature one. I think I got it through like a sample or something last holiday. I did go through it. I did enjoy it. Is this something that is like a favorite, a must-have? No. But would I hate to try or have a fuller size of one? No, I wouldn't. I would probably get the shade Cherub. That just looks to have a little bit more of a warmer undertone, but it also has a clear base, so I could wear it whether it's every day, or I could also wear it with like makeup and stuff, which is nice. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not gravitating towards any one shade or even truly picking anything up. So there is that. Touch of Glam has come out with what looks to be a new palette for them, and this is their Hollow Misunderstanding palette. It has been some years since I have tried Touch of Glam. It looks like there's some mattes in there. I have literally never tried their mattes. I don't know when this is available. This post does not give very much information, But I'm excited. I love the fact that they are coming out with not only just new shades, but something that looks to be a palette. I would love to try this. It looks really pretty. It looks like there's some multi-chromes, maybe just some shimmers, and then some mattes. So you get a nice selection. You get a matte burgundy, a matte green, and like I said, a splash of some multi-chromes and stuff in there. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Have you tried Touch of Glam? If you've seen any of my single eyeshadow declutters, you will have seen quite a bit of Touch of Glam in my collection. I used to purchase them from them when they were exclusively Etsy. I honestly, like I said, I haven't tried to purchase from them in years, so I don't know where. Oh, they're still on exclusively Etsy. So I would love, and I do mean love, to kind of see what they have. Apparently they don't have any items currently on their store. I'm sure they're just like taking the products off that they don't have in stock. Maybe they'll be doing a huge restock in the future. Very, very excited to see this. And I'm so excited that like I'm keeping up to date with a brand that has been years since I have picked up from them. So a new brand to me is Hell Bites Beauty. They seem to be coming out with something that I would say is more on the Halloween than Christmas. This is their Cottage Witch collection, where they have a circular eyeshadow palette which has pretty much all of the colors of the rainbow. They have 3 different lashes in a set, and they have what looks to be maybe liquid lipsticks. I don't really know. There's not a lot of description here. And they also have something that looks to be 3 liquid lipsticks. I think this is cute. I definitely understand the vibes. I get the energy. Just not something that I need. I'm not really digging any of these products, but let me know if you are. Some new things for those who are really into Bath and Body Works like me. I like to always have my eye on the prize when it comes to them. They are now showcasing that their winter set will be out on the 22nd. So they should actually be available now when the time you guys are watching. And they should be featuring Vanilla Bean Noel, Winter Candy Apple, and Twisted Peppermint. I tried Vanilla Bean Noel for the first time last year. I really don't like it. I am pushing through on the shower moisturizing gel or whatever right now. I've already finished the lotion, thank God. I will not be repurchasing that. The other 2, I can't distinctly remember trying them last year, but I probably won't pick anything up. I've been really good on like not, continuing to overspend there. I feel as though I have figured out what products I really enjoy from the brand and like what scents I really enjoy, and I'm really trying to hone in on those. There is a coupon right now, so I may get some more candles because I am going through my candles a little bit more now that we are in the winter, but that's kind of for another day, another topic. But regardless, I just wanted to let you guys know that these are some new scents available right now at Bath and Body Works. Some new products coming from In Beauty Project, and they're collaborating with Poppy. I've told you guys before, I absolutely love Poppy's. They are on a subscription currently through my Amazon. Every 2 weeks, a delivery comes to his house, and they are featuring 2 different kind of scents, the raspberry rose and the cranberry scents. I wasn't a huge fan of the raspberry rose. In a pinch, I will pick that up. And I've never tried the cranberry, mainly because I don't like cranberries. So on that aspect, I really don't care about this collection. But I love the fact that they're collaborating with Poppy, even though it's like shouldn't be happening because it's a drink and not like a makeup item or anything. I just love it because it's a drink that I enjoy, I get a lot of use out of, and everybody in the house enjoys as well. Last thing I have to talk to you guys about today is the fact that Kitsch is doing a collaboration with e.l.f. and in this collaboration they have a satin pillowcase, a heatless curl set, scrunchie set, and a claw clip. I think this makes sense for the right person, somebody who really loves Will Ferrell or somebody really that loves the e.l.f. movie or just elves in general. Neither of those things apply to me personally, and like I said, I already have a satin pillowcase from them. I honestly need to look into how frequently you're supposed to switch up your satin pillowcase, because I'm sure there's like a point where it's just no longer as effective as it previously was. I also really need to get a new bonnet. I've had that bonnet, I don't even want to explain how long I've had that bonnet. So maybe I will actually look into that think Target has a sale going on, but regardless, this is not something for me. It's just not ticking the boxes that I need. So when I'm thinking about it, I feel like this week, I'm not even going to say this week is going to be an easy week, because I said that last week, and then the Beautylish sale dropped. I don't even want to talk about the price of amount of stuff that I picked up, but I always tend to go ham on the Beautylish sale, so there is that. But there have just been so many sales. I've pretty much been able to talk myself out of everything else because I did go so far in on that sale. And usually there's a bigger gap between Beautylish and the Sephora. So I don't believe there's anything that I'm going to really be grappling. There are quite a few lip balms that I've said I've wanted, and I thought I was going to be able to get by now, and they haven't gone to the mainstream providers. So I may be picking up some of those lip balms at their actual like site, and then, you know, obviously having them sent to the house. But other than that, I think I'm gonna be good. I hope I'm gonna be good. Oh, and then of course the VIB sale. So the Sephora sale is gonna be starting on the 27th, which is what, Friday, Saturday, something like that. So I am going to aim to get quite a few kind of necessary videos out. Mainly, I really want to get my review of all of these products. That's a whole basket full of beauty products that I need to review for you guys. I have my final thoughts on all of them. I just need to tell you. And then I also will be doing a kind of full face, hopefully, of like my recommendations for the Sephora sale. Hopefully, if I can get the time to do it, I think I'll be able to, but who knows with my schedule and everything else going on. So yeah, those are my goals for this week. Hopefully they will come to fruition. And yeah, hopefully you guys have fun this week, get the necessities out the way, and then of course can finish off the week with a nice little bang when it comes to the Sephora sale. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday for my roundup of all of the makeup and beauty products that I have my opinions on. And with that said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.